Hi, my name is Ben Darcy and I'm playing Danny in Greece. I joined a local dance school when I was 6 years old, and we used to do local dance competitions up and down the country. I'm from near Liverpool originally, so we used to come down to London, we used to go to Manchester and do these sort of regional competitions. But when I was 11 years old, I landed the role of Jeremy in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which was my first musical that I did. It was a UK tour. And I did venues at Birmingham and Liverpool, which was very special to me, obviously, with it being my hometown. My dad was Gary Wilmot. I remember just absolutely falling in love with the idea of musicals, and the car was amazing, everything about it. So that is the sole reason why I'm still doing it today, yeah. My biggest role would be playing Edward Lewis in Pretty Woman, who's the iconic Richard Gere role. I'm actually understudy for Edward Lewis at the minute. I play his misogynistic lawyer currently in the show, which is a role and a new challenge for me as well, because I've never had to play the baddie. But I either get booed at the end of the show or I get a big cheer for playing Edward. So it's a funny world to live in. That's a tough question. I think it would be Marty McFly from Back to the Future, simply because I can go back in time. Having done it for so long, I think it can become quite monotonous, especially when you're in the same show for quite a few years. And it intrigues me trying to find new ways to find, new energies within that show, and whether that's someone new joining the cast and they bring a new energy in themselves, or you just finding something new within your character. But we need to remind ourselves that it's a new audience every single evening, and they've never seen the show before, even though you've done it, maybe 200, 300 times, they've never seen it before. And I think it's always very special when you, even when you get a chance to watch the show that you're in yourself and you go, oh wow, and you fall back in love with it a little bit. But seeing their faces every single night is special, and it makes you realise why you do it, yeah. His charm, his charisma, his sort of badass mentality. I remember when I was younger, I was the only boy in my dance school, and my dance teacher put me front and centre of a John Travolta Saturday Night Fever number. And I remember her telling me at the time, you've got all these girls behind you, you need to make sure that you're the most charismatic person on stage. And I was only 6, so, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that now that I'm of age, to be able to play Danny. A cheeky monkey, that's about it really. I think his cheeky charisma is something that we both share. I wouldn't say I'm much of a ladies' man anymore, but I think being the bad boy, I was always the goody two-shoes in school. So it's quite the contrast for me to be playing Danny, and he's the most popular kid in school. Maybe that is something that I didn't really I couldn't draw a parallel with me and Danny initially. But it's something that I'm quite enjoying, being the most popular kid in school, with all the ladies, with the Burger Palace boys. It's, yeah, I think that's the biggest challenge, but it's one that I'm looking forward to. His hair, his charm, he's got it all, his looks. I mean, hopefully I've got half the looks that John Travolta had in the film, but yeah, he's just an iconic character, and it's one of the most iconic shows in the world as well. You think of musical theatre, you think of your Grease, your Hairsprays. Nowadays it's obviously your Hamiltons, but it's such a nostalgic film and musical, and it's one that is really popular all over the world today. I usually do some like press ups or something, just something to just get the blood pumping, but when I found that once I've been in the show for a few weeks, the nerves start to settle a little bit, and I'll only really get nervous when I've got friends or family in, or someone that I know, and you start second guessing everything, which is something that I need to then refocus, and then whether that's spending a bit of time on my own in my dressing room to try and get into character, do a little workout before the show. They're my sort of general ways of dealing with stage fright and nerves. Yeah. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know how I managed to do all three at the same time, because it's full out, and it's obviously you kind of build up your stamina with previous shows that you've done before, and luckily I come from a dance background, so having trained and come from a dance college and all the rest, you have that sort of core there. So when you start singing and dancing at the same time, it's very difficult to start with. But it's something that you just need to build. It doesn't happen overnight. And I think I'm just about there. I still sweat a lot. Being part of this production in Greece is incredible. And we've got such an incredible cast. We're in amazing countries, and we've got lots of amazing countries to visit as well. I'm really, really excited to embark on this tour. And be playing Danny Zuko. Can I have both? Can I have in my profession and outside as well? Because it does kind of relate. So in my profession, I think my ultimate goal would be to be in a big TV series, even if it was maybe a TV adaptation of Greece. Maybe we could do that. I'm going to throw it out there and manifest that. But similarly to John Travolta, I would love to be a pilot, and that's what he did as well. So maybe I can follow in his footsteps. I'm doing Danny Zuko now. Maybe I can be a pilot one day and have a plane in his back garden like he does.